You signed a deal with Mark Cuban's HD Net. Tell us how that's affected the MFC.
Well, it's huge. I mean, Mark Cuban's coming into town tonight to Edmonton, and he's going to come and stay for a few days, and we're going to discuss more business dealings and things like that. It's the same thing. Everybody knows what's going to happen. If Mark Cuban backs me, like the Fertitta backs Dana White, the UFC would finally have a real competitor against themselves because there's nobody competing with them. UFC is number one, and there is no number two. There's nobody. It's not Elite XFC. It's not. I don't even know the name of these other shows because they're all losing so much money I can't even remember their names. But what I'm saying is that if Mark Cuban said, "Okay, Mark, I'm going to back you like the Fertitta brothers back Dana White," the Maximum Fighting Championship would be the number 2 show in the world immediately.
So you don't consider an event like, say, Affliction, which just happened last weekend, to be the number 2 show?
Are you kidding? You know how much money they lost? Right? How can you be the number 2 show because you were stupid enough to go spend all this money and spend all this money and lose it all, and so you're an intelligent human being, and they comped 4,000 tickets. You know what I'm saying? I put on 20, 30 shows, and I've never comped that many tickets in all those shows put together. Right? So my point is like, how can they be the number 2 show because Donald Trump decides, I'm going to start getting involved in mixed martial arts? He doesn't know the first thing about mixed martial arts. Ask Donald Trump if he knows what an armbar is. He couldn't tell you the first thing what an armbar is, right? He couldn't tell you nothing about our sport. You know what disgusts me? It disgusts me that these people get involved in my sport, right? I'm one of the forefathers, right, in this sport, and they don't know anything about it, and it looks all shiny and all really sparkly, and they want to get involved with it, and they don't know the first thing about it. I don't care how much money Donald Trump has, he's going to lose lots of it if he keeps involved in this sport with other people that the only thing they know how to do is make T-shirts. They know nothing about mixed martial arts as well.
So your goal for the MFC is to become the second biggest organization in the world. Is that your goal?
In the world. Yeah. In the world. See, I'm not ridiculous, right? I'm not sitting on your show going, I'm going to take down the UFC. That's ridiculous, right? But I am going to be number 2 in the world, right? And anything less than that is an absolute failure for me. That's how I look at it. People go, you're making so much money, you're so successful. That's nothing to me, right? I'm always mad. I'm not content, and everything that I can compete with the UFC right now is I have the nicest looking belt in MMA right now in the world. No one has a nicer belt than me, right? Because I can determine that. I can make that, right? I also just had the nicest ring in mixed martial arts ever made by Throwdown Industries, right? And it just got delivered here yesterday from Las Vegas. I have the nicest ring, right? Because these are things I can determine, right? But I don't have Chuck Liddell. I don't have Machida. I don't have Anderson Silva. So I can't compete with them on that level, right? They're too far ahead. But if I have someone like Cuban go, Mark, let's see if you can do this in the United States. Are you kidding me? I can do this tenfold in the United States. I can do this in China. It doesn't matter where I am.
So you plan on going internationally, going into
the U.S. market? Come on. You think I'm going to sit at the kiddie table like this all the time? It's not in my DNA, man. I can't do it. I want to go to Dubai. I want to go to all those places, right? I can't just sit in Canada and do shows all the time, even though we are on HD Net, right? We got to expand outside of that.